I'm going to show you how to get the Dunbarrow Cove home, as well as how to get the pirate crew and all upgrades. And I'll also be explaining everything about the home, as well as the secrets that come with the home. To start out, we're going to open our map. From the Imperial City, we're going to look to the southwest towards Anvil, and we're going to fast travel to Castle Anvil right here. Once you're at Castle Anvil, just turn around and go back outside to the Gold Coast. And once you're outside, we're just going to circle around the castle to the east, southeast. And on the south side of the castle, there's a Dunbarrow Cove. It'll start to show up on your map. You should get a quest once you're close enough to it. Sometimes this quest doesn't appear, don't worry about it if you don't get it. But we are just going to circle over here. And this is again the south side of the castle. And there's this wood door to Smuggler's Cave over here. So we're going to go in and we're just going to run through here. Open this door to Dunbarrow Cove. Once we're in here, it'll tell you to take out the skeletons of the pirates who perished here. So let's do that. There's one to the left over here. And one across this bridge to the south. One across this bridge to the west. And there are two on the ship down here. Not sure where the other one on the ship went. It's probably going for me. There he is. And then there should be one in the captain's quarters over here. This one's a little stronger, so be careful with that. Then for the final one, we're actually going to drop down. And we're going to take a left back here, go into this cove, and go up. And we're going to take this out. After you take that out, it should update your quest. And now you own Dunbarrow Cove. It'll tell you that you can speak to Dahlia Rackham of Clarabella to assist you in hiring a crew to turn it into a suitable base. So let's go back outside. And you can go to the east in this cave. And go south. And that'll get you back up to the top. And once we're outside, we're going to go to the Clarabella. So let's open up our map. And we're going to fast travel to Anvil Dockgate. Once you're here, turn around and open the door to the Gold Coast. Then we're going to take a left and run down to the east, southeast. The Clarabella is the last ship on this line here. So we're going to go on this, then go to this door. Then we're just going to talk to Dahlia Rackham in here. Ask about Dunbarrow Cove upgrades. And you can buy all the crew here, as well as upgrade your quarters. It'll cost 5,500 to do all of this. So let's just buy all these. Then after it's done reading all of those off on that ticker, it'll say quest completed, Dunbarrow Cove. And you've completely upgraded the Dunbarrow Cove. It'll say once a week the pirates will give you their share of plunder, and you have to speak with them to send them out. Then weekly they'll return with loot. So let's go back and check this out. So once we're back in Dunbarrow Cove, we'll now have a crew. You can speak to any of the crew members that are on the ship and send them out. So send them out to plunder, and then you have to wait a week. I'll share what I get from the plunder at the end of this video. And there's some other interesting things in here as well. So from the entrance of the cove, if you take a right, there's this chest over here. It's a training chest, and no matter how many times you unlock it, it's actually going to be able to be unlocked again. So if you want to train your security in a legitimate way without doing exploits, this is a really easy way to do it. Then over at the captain's quarters, these have been tidied up, so it'll be cleaned up in here. You'll have some lockpicks on this desk over here. And these were already here, but there's the Captain Dugall's journals and a chest at the foot of the bed. So let's go back out. And we actually have a lot of trainers and vendors in here now. So I'm going to go and visit them. First off, there are some that sleep up on this boardwalk here on the eastern face. So there's Kovan Kren. You can purchase illusion and restoration spells from him. And you can train sneak with him. You can also barter with Kovan Kren, and he has some unique loot. And he also sells general apparel. Further down the boardwalk, there's this Melwyn. She sells spells for marksmanship, agility, and speed, as well as this soul trap spell. And you can train marksman with her. From where she is, let's go back down and actually go onto the ship now. We're going to go inside that door over there. So let's go inside the Black Flag. These crew members can wander too, so be wary of that. But Jack Silver in here is going to be able to train speechcraft. And from where he is, let's go down the trapdoor. Then we're just going to go over here, go down this other trapdoor. And there's a loot room with chests in here. Let's go back outside the ship. And from on top of the ship, we're going to take a right and drop down here. Then we're going to head to the northeast. Go through here. Take a left at the top of this cave. And back here, there will be a warthog called Bacon. And this guy called Cuffies. We can train mercantile with him. He can also be on top of the ship. And also there's this Tam Blackwell here.
What can I do?
We can buy spells for security here, and sneak and security, as well as open lock spells. And he can train security. And you can also barter with Tam Blackwell, and he sells some temporary lockpicking buffs, as well as scrolls for lockpick, and this guide to Anvil. And there's some loot down here as well now too. Just some basic stuff like food. I believe that's everyone, so now I'm going to show you the secret. We're just going to head back to the captain's quarters. Go in here. And in the chest at the foot of the bed, there's the smuggler's key. So we're going to take that, go back out to the cove. We're going to head to the entrance of the cove. Open this door. And inside Smuggler's Cave, if we go down here, take a left and climb up this. And then go to the northeast, there's a hole here. This has a door to the dining hall. This is what the key opens. And this leads us to a secret passageway. If we take a right and take another right, we can examine this left movable pillar here. This will open up. If we take a right here and open this door, that leads us to the dining hall of the castle, and we can explore the whole castle from there. Or we can go back, and if we take a left and go up these stairs, this is going to take us to the royal quarters. Be aware that you are trespassing if you go up here, by the way. But if you go in here, we can interact with this movable pillar and open this. And this aggroed Countess Milana. I'm just going to take her out for now just to show what's in these royal quarters. There's some decent loot in this display case. There's a nice ebony emerald ring here, and gold necklace and jeweled necklace. And to the right over here, there's a jewelry box. It has randomized jewelry that's pretty good. Aside from that, I don't think there's much notable loot up here. I think it's more of a lore thing, that either someone from the castle was sneaking down there, or whoever was in Dunbarrow Cove before was sneaking up here to the Countess's room. And now I'll show you what you get from the pirates. So after the week has passed, you'll get a notification that they've returned. And when this happens, you just need to go to the captain's quarters. Then inside the chest at the foot of the bed in the captain's quarters, they'll deposit whatever they got. So they brought me back 999 gold. Did have a plus, so I'm not sure if it was more than that, but that's a pretty good haul, and that should be everything.